Well, greetings everybody. This is Casey with HomeSmart Realty Partners here in Northern Colorado. Now, when I talk about the real estate industry, I always talk about it from the perspective of someone who spent over 4 decades in the construction trades, 10 years as a general contractor. This property I'm going to show you here went on the market about a year and a half ago at what I call the peak of the last stupid cycle, when properties were selling for obscene amounts of money over realistic perceived property value. No one can ever tell what's in between the walls, whether it's a home inspector or somebody looking at the property, until a failure happens. And this failure was due to a 2-inch drain pipe, which had accumulated Drano in it over the course of time. And Drano is very much a caustic substance, and with cast iron, it will sit in there and accumulate and solidify. And when water pours over it, it creates a chemical reaction with the cast iron pipe and will eventually eat through that pipe, resulting in a leak. Now, this property was sold over a year and a half ago. It sold at $25,000 over list. And even at that time, list prices were obscene for what people were paying for properties. We're going to see adjustments on those, I'm hoping, in the next couple of years to come, and major adjustments. But I'm going to show you and review what this water leak uncovered for the very poorly done fix and flip. And I'll put together some broker's comments that were on this property, talking about all the pretty finishes. Being someone who has spent over 4 decades in the construction industry, I have the ability to make finer distinctions. When I go see and tour properties, whether I'm touring them with a buyer or talking with a prospective seller to list the property, I'm going to point out certain things that are going to possibly be red flags when uncovered. So this property is something that this contractor did so many corner cuts on this, it's unbelievable. And it's unconscionable that they sold this property for $25,000 over list. If this was my property, I'd be going after the contractor for doing such a shit job and have them come in there and replace the floors and do it correctly. So here's this property that I'm going to show you, and the result of the water leak that happened in it. This is a classic fix and flip. So somebody purchased the property, hired a less than stellar contractor to come in here and make it look pretty, so the real estate agent could sell it for obscene amounts of money. I'd never seen anything like that market in my lifetime, and that stretches back to 1983 when I first started working with the real estate industry as a builder. This is one of the main drain pipes within a wall, and it's cast. Now, it did have a little bit of a negative flow, and it was replaced by PVC with 2 rubber boot collars. This pipe had ample amounts of Drano in it. Drano is a caustic, and when it sits in a cast iron pipe over time, that caustic will eat through the metal and result in a leak, which happened here. In this section here, it flowed down the wall, in through here, and essentially through these bays and flowed this way. Now these floors slope in and down to this partition floor, so all the water was flowing this way. Now this was a fix and flip, and you'll notice this has vinyl plank flooring, but this is a commercial style, okay? It's not a full 4 to 7 millimeter that locks together. This is about a 2 millimeter thick flooring that is a glue down flooring. Now, these professionals, and I always use the term professional loosely these days, glued this on top of the original CDX subfloor. And what they should have done is put down some 1/4-inch luan, fresh type of underlayment, which would allow this flooring to adhere much better. For the restoration company, this flooring came up very easily. Now, this individual paid a premium price for this property at the time of sale, which was, I think, a little over a year and a half ago. And I did walk in through this property during the open house, and I shook my head a lot because I have the ability to make finer distinctions of quality work and non-quality work. When working with clients, especially buyers, I use my education and experience over the decades of construction I've done and show them in certain ways how to look for potential problems, easy things that they can see that will outline maybe some markers that should be addressed or should be looked at in further detail, whether it's by a home inspector or an engineer. But those are the key features that I always like to leave my clients with to take away, and hopefully they can retain that education and that knowledge for future purposes when they do either buy or sell a property. This is Casey with HomeSmart Realty Partners here in Northern Colorado. Have a wonderful day.